Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a very, very long time since I filmed a video. Very long time. So, it's been a long time since I told everybody that I was gonna film a video about my recent breakup with my ex, my two youngest babies' dad. It's been, I'm trying to think of the day, like not the day, but like the month that I left. Wow, why does it feel like forever ago? Hold on. March. Is that right? March? Wow. That just took me so long to go through my phone just now. Okay, so because I had to go into the pictures because I was looking for the picture that I took of my house when I bought it. So April 21st is when I posted. So yeah, the beginning of, not like the beginning, it was like the weekend after Easter. There we go. It was the weekend after Easter. So I have put off making this video because I didn't want to hurt my ex's feelings. Like I didn't want to make it harder on him, not necessarily hurt his feelings, but like, you know, obviously, but like more so I didn't want to make it harder on him, like with the breakup and everything, having to deal with a video, you know. And it's also why I'm not going to share too much detail, because, you know, I'm making this video for all those other girls out there, all those other women out there that are in a bad relationship and they don't know how to get out. They feel like they can't get out, like they're trying and they just keep trying, but they're not happy. So I want to help other women out there. That's why I want to make this video. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna make the video and just, as people would say, do me. Just do me. But anyways, things are going really good. So we'll just rewind a little bit and let me turn on my music. It's a little loud and this song actually sucks. So we had been together for almost 5 years, and the last year and a half was really, really like rocky. And I want to say even a little bit before that, I was like trying really hard to make it work for the kids. Like I really, really, really didn't want a broken home. I don't even like to call it a broken home anymore because like things are so much better now. Like broken home is the wrong word for it. Like I just didn't want another failed relationship, another baby daddy. Like I wanted my kids to live in the same house as their mom and their dad. You know, that's what we all want, right? And the biggest thing that actually like kept me trying to work it out so long and so hard is my babies, my kids. When Sean was little, I missed his whole babyhood. I'm just gonna call it babyhood. I missed a lot of it because Sean's dad, he was a bad person, and back, I mean, he's different now, but what he had done, he was in prison for I think 8 years. So I was a single mom to Sean for 8 years. Like he was 3 years old when his dad got locked up, and I was just like left by myself with nothing. I had like a part-time job. Like I just started working. I was like 20 at the time. Yeah, I was like 20 years old at the time. And I was just left just to take care of this whole house that 2 people were supposed to be taking care of, and a child, and I didn't have any family to help me out. I still to this day don't have family that can help me. Yes, they're there to listen to me, and you know, stuff like that, but like, and I'm talking about like my mom. My dad wouldn't even go there. I reached out to him before I left my ex, and he didn't help me at all. So but yeah, so didn't have any family to help me out, and I was single for 8 years taking care of Sean, and I missed so much of his life because I was just working all the time. So not to get off track, but that is like the point of what I'm saying is like, I did not want to go to work before the kids were in school full time. I wanted to raise them. I didn't want some daycare to raise my kids. Like, and I should have been able to do that. Like, I should have been with someone who supported, like, who like loved me enough and loved their kids enough to like allow their significant other, the mother of their children, to stay home with their children until they go to school. Because like, man, daycare prices are expensive anyways. So, but whatever, you know, like, I got dealt the hand I did, and I'm making the best out of it. So I just did not want to put them in daycare, and I still every day can't stand it when they're in daycare. Just it breaks my heart. But so that was another thing that kept me with him for so long, is I just wanted to be with my kids. I didn't want to put them in a daycare. I wanted to be there to see all the moments and raise them. Not gonna cry. So I tried to make it work, and basically he was very emotionally abusive, to put it in words where I'm not oversharing. But I am going to give some examples, because I feel like people don't really understand. I mean, unless you're in it or you've gone through it, you don't like understand what how bad emotional abuse is and can be. And he wasn't just emotionally abusive to me, he was emotionally abusive to Sean, and he was also physically abusive to Sean. Whereas I used to think he was just disciplining him, but I always like told him like, don't do it again. And then a couple months later it would happen again. And he was also just very emotional abusive to Sean. Would always call him a dumb effing idiot, a lazy POS, like, but he actually said the words. He cussed all the time. Like, he was just very angry all the time. But the couple things that I want to mention that like made me really like, okay, like, it's not gonna work out, this isn't right, were, I'll never forget it. It's the first thing that's popping in my head right now. So we were at a fair, and we're getting the kids around, and it's like, you know, it's hectic. Like, we're both like getting upset with each other, because, you know, parent life, right? And we were going at it, and he said something. He was like, what do you do for this family, is what he said to me. What do you do for this family? And that I will never forget. He said, he was like, I pay all the bills. That was the thing. That was the biggest thing. I pay all the bills. Like, he used to say that to me all the time. Like, that I did nothing. That he even called me trailer park trash before, like when we were in arguments, because I grew up in trailers. And he would always throw in my face that I have no family whenever we would get in arguments as well. Like, he would just say like the worst things. And it wasn't just when we were in arguments. Like, he would just be emotional abusive, like, in general. And I can't even say like in general, because like I feel like there was just a lot of arguments. At least at the end there was just a lot of like fights and like things going on. But what made me decide, like the deciding factor, was when he said that he hated Sean when he was angry. And still to this day, I don't know if he actually meant it, but like, you don't say that if you don't mean it. And he would just, I don't know, there's a lot, but mainly he used to make me feel like nothing. Like, I wasn't doing my part because I stayed home with the kids and I didn't work, and he worked all the time. And he would just bring that up a lot, and he would threaten to shut off my phone because he paid for my phone. Just a lot of things. And to the point where I became afraid of him and what he might do, because he also got physically abusive 3 separate times, one of which I had to call the police. But so yeah, there's a little summary without giving too much information. So so that's what my deciding factor was. Like, I was like no, like this isn't good for me, this isn't good for my kids. Like, they're seeing and hearing all this cussing and arguing all the time. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, you know, for them to not have both parents in the home would be better than what they were witnessing every single day. It's not what I wanted to role model for my children. And I tried, like I offered to go to, I was like, I didn't offer because, you know, offer. I begged him to go to therapy with me, with Sean. He wouldn't do it. He would say he would do things and he never did them. Like he'd be good for a little while and then he'd go back to his old ways. Like, and he actually told me after like I left him that he didn't think I'd ever leave him. But anyways, because like of course like after I left, he is like just, you know, realizes what he did, or what he realized, like what he realized what he did after I left. Like he couldn't have realized it before. So but anyways, where was I? So I offered, so I tried to go to therapy and all that, and when I realized that that wasn't working and that wasn't going to happen, I started to get a game plan in my head, because like I'm not saying it lightly. When I like literally thought something bad would happen to either me or Sean if I left him, I honestly truly felt like that. And it's just crazy to me like that I felt that way. So I was being very careful, and I made a game plan and I got out. I got a job, and I didn't want to just get any job. I wanted to, you know, get a job that I would enjoy and also make a good living with, so I could support me and my kids. So I sat down and thought about it, and I threw out some ideas out there. One was a CNA, the other was a dental assistant, and like I YouTubed a bunch of videos like day in the life of a CNA, day in the life of a dental assistant, and I chose that to be a dental assistant. Like I wanted to be a dental assistant. So I went out there and I made it happen. I had 4 or 5 interviews, and I'll never forget it. The office I'm working at now was my last interview, and it was the best interview that I had, and it just felt like home, and that's where I'm working now. But yeah, so I wanted to do that, and I wanted a career where, you know, I'd be set. I'd be able to take care of me and my kids by myself. And I went out there, and like I think I was like only looking for like a month before I was offered the job. I started working. I got a hold of a lawyer. I got a hold of to make sure that like everything was good with on my end with certain things, like that I wasn't doing anything against the law. So I had the knowledge, right? Because they'll try and make you think you're doing something that's against the law, and if you don't know, you don't know. So talked to a lawyer, and then after that I well, not after, but I talked to a lawyer. I got the job. Then I also talked to, what are they called, like the mortgage officer people, about how I can buy a house, because I did not want to rent. I wanted to own. Like I wanted to own. So they said that I had to be at a full-time job. I don't know if you know this, but a little fun fact for you, for all you girls out there. If you don't work full-time and you only work part-time, you can't buy a house. You can't even be on the loan to a house if you work part-time. And I didn't know that. It's pretty crazy. So they said that I had to be at a full-time job for at least, what do they say? They said 30 to 60 days. So then I applied for a loan. After that time had went by, I applied for a loan and got approved for the loan. Oh, please. I don't live in like what, birds got chill. I don't live in like what people call a house, like where, what is it? Like, what do you call it? So you know that there's a mobile home, there's an apartment, like is it just house? Anyways, I live in a mobile home. I bought a mobile home, and it was huge for me to purchase it on my own. And my goal and my dream is to purchase, like, you know, a house. Like ideally I'd want to build a house, but that is the goal. That's like the couple-year goal. No, we'll say 2 years. I'll just say 2 years. I don't want to, yeah, we'll just say 2 years. But so that's like the ultimate goal. But for right now, I was thinking, you know, I needed to get out. I needed to own something, like, or I wanted to own something. I didn't need to. So yeah, this place that I found, this mobile home I found, was like, it was like made for me type of deal. You know what I mean? Because like made for me to like live here, because it was totally random. A friend of mine, thank you girl, love you. She reached out to me on my Facebook, and I don't know, I can't remember if she sent it to me. Yeah, I think she sent it to me on Facebook Messenger. It was this mobile home I'm in, and this girl, she was selling it for way cheap, just whatever she owed on it, right? And when I met up with her to like talk about the house and everything, she had been through the same exact situation I'm in when she bought this place, back when she bought it. So she got it, she understood it. And yeah, it was in my price range for my loan and everything. So it took me, oh my gosh, it took me like another, was it 2 months just to buy the house, just to buy it, just to finish everything with the freaking mortgage company. The mortgage company, don't even get me started on mortgage companies. It was so hard, and I did it all by myself. Her and I did it together with no middleman. Like, I was really happy about that. Like, no idea what I'm doing, no idea. I know nothing about buying a house or talking to mortgage people, but you know what, I just walked myself through it. And it's like, and you can too. Like, this is a huge reason why I wanted to make this video. Like, you can too. Like, I am not the brightest, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I mean, I'm street smart, I'm not book smart. Like, I didn't even know that the Lions, yeah, the Lions like football team had 58 players. I thought there was 12 like total. So like when it comes to like things like that too, like I'm kind of like ditzy, airheaded, whatever. So the reason why I thought of that, because the girls and I were just talking about that at work today. Like, my job is like such an awesome environment to work in. But anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, so like, you can do it. You can do it. It was hard. It was hard. You can do it, but it's a lot of hard work and a lot of consistency, and like, just like, you just gotta make it your goal. You know, it's gotta be your goal. So yeah, I bought my house all by myself, literally all on my own. No realtor, nobody, and put my own money down on it. And then I even like fixed it up a little bit and got some cute things for it. It looks like I've lived here for like forever. I love it, and I haven't been this happy in a very long time. And I've lost weight since. Like, I want to, you know, get up like out of bed early again, and like I want to work out, and I just want to live again. Like, it just, I was like in this, like, I don't want to say depression, because like I'm not gonna use that. That's like, I don't think I was in depression, but who knows, like, but yeah, I was just like in this little like bad place for a while. And all I've ever been is a mom, you know, like even when Sean was little, like I was a single mom, and then I couldn't do anything as a single mom, and then like recently with my littlest is 2, so it's still pretty recent since I've had kids, like small children, like 2 years. Like, I try to give myself grace all the time. Like, I'm like, my body isn't where I want it to be, but like 2 years isn't really that long enough of time to, like, you know, just, it's still short. She's still little. So all I've done since Cash has been born is just make sure that Cash, and then when Lula came along, Lula had everything, like, and anything and everything they've ever wanted, because I didn't have that. And my mom, she, you know, I just didn't have a good childhood, so it was important to me to make sure my kids did. It still is, like, but yeah, so all I ever was a mom. Like, I'm still even breastfeeding. I've been breastfeeding for 5 years, and now I've been making more time for myself, and things that I enjoy. And like when they're with their dad, like I'm able to just like, I can sleep. I can sit on the couch without, you know, being bothered, or like, it's just like, it feels good to not be needed by little people. I need to stop crying. It just feels good to be me again. But yeah, it just feels good to not be in a toxic relationship anymore. And like, it's not even just that, like we just didn't get along, like we didn't have similar goals in life, like we just weren't very alike. Like I have big goals and big dreams, and he was just, you know, happy just, you know, skating through life and not trying to work harder, or do better, or have dreams and goals, I guess. I don't know. But so yeah, it just feels, I'm much happier. And I hope that this video helps even just one person out there. Like, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. I'm proof you can get out. And it's really scary, and your mind's going through all these things, like you don't know like what's gonna happen, but once you get on the other end, it's okay. Like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be okay, but it's okay. But yeah, so what was the other thing I was gonna say? I didn't even say, oh, so yeah, after I bought the house, initial like day that I left, I wanted to make sure, like, back to me being like afraid and stuff of like what he would do when he went up north with his family. It was a Friday at 12 noon. I started packing all of our things at noon on that Friday and didn't stop until 7 a.m. on Saturday the next day. And I pulled an all-nighter, did not sleep. I packed all of my things and moved all of my things within that time frame to my new house, because I was that scared of what he would do. And so when he got back, like, he came back to the apartment being empty. And I did that because I really and truly thought that I had to do it that way. Like, I would have not have done that if I was not scared and of how he would react. And if you're in that same situation, that's the way to do it. Just go throughout the whole night. Like, don't even sleep. Just like somehow get them out of town for like 8 hours, for like an overnighter or something, and just pack and move all in that stretch. Like, don't even sleep. Just get it all done if you're in that situation where you're afraid. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, The Other Woman, with Cameron Diaz, but if you haven't, you got to. But she got her ducks in a row like I got my ducks in a row. Only her situation was she had a cheating husband, and mine was an abusive one. So, you know, there's that. So yeah, I got my ducks in a row, and because I was working like maybe 3 days a week at the time, and I had no family that I could turn to, no friends that I could turn to. Like, it was just me by myself. Like, I would have left in the moment that I wanted to leave. I would have had nothing. I would have had nowhere to go, no one to turn to for help, like no family, no friends that I could have stayed with. Like, I would have literally been homeless. So that is why, another reason why, and there's so many reasons, but that is another reason why I went the route that I did, and just did it, you know, got my ducks in a row, made sure that I was going to be financially stable to take care of me and my kids, make sure that I was going to be able to be somewhere that would be nice and like I wouldn't be paying a ton of money for, and that I owned. That was my goal, is I wanted something that I owned. So I'm very proud of my mobile home. Okay, I'm very proud of it, and I have bigger goals. So it's okay. Like, I'm gonna get my house. I will get my house, but I fucking got this, so I'm gonna get my house. Okay. And everything else that I want. I just gotta keep working hard for it and just keep my head up. But it's been surprisingly easy. Like, it was not easy getting here, and it was not easy like just a couple months ago, like even a couple weeks ago. Like, I get better every day, and it was pretty rough when I first left. And I'm actually sitting here now, I'm glad I didn't film the video when I first left, because I don't know, it would just be so different. But yeah, sorry again about the wait for everybody that's been bugging me about it. But I'm glad I finally did it, and I hope this helps even just one girl out there. You know, you can do it. Don't compromise, don't settle. Don't think you have to make it work because you have children together. Your babies will be happy no matter where you are, no matter where their dad is. Like, you don't have to be together, and most of the time it's not always better. Hey, that rhymed. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm tired. Today was a really long day. I'm really tired. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good night, and let me know if you have any questions or anything in the comments below, and if you want any more details on anything, let me know. I could always do like another video, like going more into detail on how I got out and all that. But all right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.